The 4:30 movie. This is the new Kevin Smith movie. I was very excited about this movie. I actually did multiple Kevin Smith related reviews because I was so excited about this movie. So you can go back and check those out. I think not on this channel. I think my main channel, not my main channel, my old channel, which I think is linked in the description of the first video I posted on this channel. I don't remember, but basically I did review all the Clerks movies, so there's other Kevin Smith stuff I've talked about. I am a fan of his work. I do plan to review all of his movies one day. I think I'll probably just do it slowly, as all of his movies, as he keeps making new movies, I'll talk about it. One of his movies that I've talked about before, and I'll just keep doing that until we're done here. But I was very excited about this movie for a couple reasons. First of all, I've been actually very disappointed in Kevin Smith's recent filmography. I really love Clerks 3. I didn't really like Jay and Silent Bob reboot. I thought that was pretty dog shit. But with a couple moments I enjoyed in there. But where I get frustrated is every interview I've read with him recently has been Dogma, maybe in a sequel. Mallrats, maybe in a sequel. There's one I read about maybe bring Clerks back, the animated series, which would be awesome. I hope that one happens. And in fact, if these happen, I would watch all of these, right? I'm a fan of his work. I like those movies, so I would happily go see a sequel. I think I read another interview where he's talking about another Jay and Silent Bob. And you're just sitting here like, Hollywood has become creatively bankrupt. And it's really sad to see a director who was once called in a few articles back in the day, which is such a silly thing to call him. He's not that good, guys. I think even he would admit that. But he's once called the new Spielberg, right? You have all these amazing talents like Ridley Scott doing Gladiator 2 and Spielberg, maybe gonna direct a Ready Player One sequel. Probably not, but we'll see, right? But you got all these amazing talents that were. Yes, they've created franchises. Yes, they've been involved with franchises. But it seems like they're pausing on original stuff at a time when we need these auteurs to be making their original projects. So when I saw this movie and the trailers for it, I was like, yes, we have an original Kevin Smith movie again. And I bought my ticket, which is unfortunate to say. I bought my ticket because I work at a movie theater, and unfortunately we weren't showing this at my theater I work at. It was only shown at one theater out of the 5 theaters in my town. So fortunately, if you're not able to see this one, I would say don't give up. I remember Clerks 3 was a 2-night Fathom event, and I think it expanded to more theaters. This might do the same on a different, even though this isn't a 2-night Fathom event. I believe this is showing all week. Just my theater only had 2 show times, but you'd have to check with your theater. And what this, I was very excited to see this movie, and I gotta say, it was better than I hoped. I do have an issue that is kind of a spoiler, but I'll get into that in a minute. I think the best thing about Kevin Smith movies currently is that they're personal. They're his personal journeys and experiences being made into films. And that is something really nice to see about directors who can really do that well. And Kevin Smith, for a long while, was able to do it really well. There's a couple missteps I think he had in there with some of his films. To me, this is not one of them. To me, you could tell that this movie deals with a lot of his insecurities about growing up and realizing, hey, I love movies and I want to make movies. And what does that look like? I don't know. But you see maybe some also ideas of what maybe relationships he's had in the past, things like that. He combines this into a movie where not only is he making fun of, 80s pop culture at the time, movies at the time, but also just talking about how fun it is to know all these people and work at go down the small town theater and sneak in and go around doing R-rated movies and all this stuff that I'm sure a lot of people could relate to back in the day. It is a very funny movie. The cast all did a great job, but I think it is just so personal and so well crafted within that I just had a great time. Now with the spoiler. At the end of this movie, you see the quick stop. And I'm just sitting here like, Kevin, we just got an original movie from you, and you throw it right out the door to bring in the View Askew universe again. Shut the fuck up about this universe, man. Like, I love those characters, and I love what he does with them, but there comes a point where you need to let your films breathe and not be a part of something like that. You know, I don't know. I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was good, if not great, but part of me was just like, you know, that really bugged me. That scene, that last shot, left me in a mood after the movie, because I'm thinking like, wow, I love this movie and I want to sing its praises, but in some way that movie, that sequence kind of just destroys what I was loving about this movie. And auteur coming back to original films to give us a personal story that it was very funny, very relatable, only to throw it away by the end in a weird way. I don't think it ruined the movie. It's still a good movie. I recommend you go see this one. This is probably going to be one of my favorites of the year. You know, as a Kevin Smith fan, I loved it. I will definitely be buying this day one on Blu-ray. I'm sure if you're a Kevin Smith fan, this is a must-see for you as well.